Welcome back to Positively Philly. I'm Abby Urban.
And I'm Rachel Malik. And next up, we've got a sponsored piece by Optimal Nutrition by Erin, who's here to address your stress.
It's an important topic to cover for sure. So registered dietitian and nutritionist Erin E. Brennan is here with advice on women's health and how you can reach your goals more effectively. Good morning, Erin.
Good morning. Hi.
A little ray of sunshine today.
Thank you. We're the yellow for summer. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Happy summer indeed. I think this is the perfect time to get to talk a little bit more about women's health. I love the focus that we have here. We're talking about stress specifically.
Yes.
And it really has some far-reaching impacts, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So my practice is Optimal Nutrition by Erin, and I specialize in women's health. And one of the biggest things I see is a lot of my clients will eat right, they'll exercise, they're doing all the things.
Yeah.
But they're missing one key thing, which is usually stress.
Sure.
And you wouldn't necessarily think a dietitian in nutrition counseling would bring that up, but it's really a big part of my job because I need to know what's going on, what's the root cause of why they're not seeing the results that they want, whether that's with weight loss, their hormones, their energy, you know, whatever it might be.
Well, and sometimes I think like the way that, or dieting a certain way or working out in a certain regimen, that stresses us out, right? When you're like so focused on that, I'm sure that kind of has a domino effect that probably frustrates you, honestly, right?
100%, yeah. I mean, I have a lot of people that will tell me they've tried every diet under the sun, but ultimately they're not following diets that were built for them and their hormonal profile. And as women, we are built differently, you know? We have a lot going on in our bodies throughout the month, so we really have to pay attention to that. And even down to your exercise, you need to be exercising in alignment with your cycle, with your hormones, with your energy level. So all of it's really, absolutely important.
I know another big topic that we've seen on your page, Erin, is cortisol. A lot of people talk about cortisol. What does that mean and how does that factor into your practice?
Yeah, so cortisol is kind of like the fire alarm system in your body, right? Like if I have a fire in my kitchen, of course I want that smoke alarm going off. But I don't want it going off every time I wake up. I don't want it going off every time I go into work in the morning or every time I'm on the road driving in the Philly traffic, right?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. But if I'm not addressing stress, that smoke alarm is going off constantly. So my body's secreting a hormone called cortisol, and that's gonna throw off my blood sugar, my energy, cause my body to hold on to fat versus burning it up for energy.
Hey. So then we're starting to see the impacts here. What kind of signs should we be looking for other than maybe weight loss that's not happening?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you are the type of person that gets 7 or 8 hours of sleep a night, but you still feel like you need a nap in the morning, maybe afternoon, that 3 to 4 p.m. crash, maybe I'm holding on to more weight around my midsection, that stubborn belly fat, or I'm just constantly, you know, in the gym working out and not seeing results. Your cortisol might be high. So.
That's definitely good to know. And of course, you're all about solutions. Erin, let's talk about, of course, people can go on a one-on-one session with you to learn a little bit more specifically about what they need, but maybe a little bit of an introduction, some general advice. What do you suggest as people try to get their hormones, their cortisol, everything in check?
So there's always 4 things right off the bat I always tell my clients who work with me. First thing, you want to make sure you're having balanced meals throughout the day. We're not skipping meals here. We want to make sure we're eating, we're nourishing our bodies. So let's add some protein, some fiber, some healthy fats to the plate. We're not skipping it because that's going to keep your blood sugar and your energy really balanced. The next thing I always tell people to do is make sure you're eating at consistent times. So timing does matter, and it's a big thing that's not always talked about. So you want to eat every 3 to 5 hours. Until dinner time. And then I always tell people to make sure you get out for at least 10, 15, 20 minutes of sunlight in the morning. And then address that stress. That's the 4th thing.
Address the stress. It's a great message for sure. I know we put that QR code up on the screen so you can learn a little bit more about Erin's practice, and then we also have some opportunities to connect with her on social media as well. Erin, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. I know.
Good stuff. Talking about this for sure. And thank you again to Optimal Nutrition by Erin for sponsoring this segment.